Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these super cute watermelon wax sills. My name is Betsy Goodman. I'm a wax sill artist and I cannot wait to show this to you. Here's the supplies you're going to need. First, a low temp glue gun with sealing wax. I have 3 different glue guns here, one with classic red, one with light green, and one with dusty green. All of them on low temperature. I also have some blank round wax seal stamps. They're 25 millimeter, it's the standard size. I have an X-Acto knife, an art spatula, along with some Testors black enamel paint with a small paintbrush, a marble maker's pad, and a cutting mat. The first step is going to be making some red sills. I'm pouring on parchment paper here, not on the marble. I'm pressing the blank wax stamp into the classic red wax. And the point of this, we don't care about the edge of the sill on these ones. We basically just want the nice flat center part of the sill. So I'm going to go ahead and make 5. If you only have one blank stamp, you can just do one at a time. It does speed things up a bit if you have a few. Allow these to cool for 30 to 60 seconds and they should come right off. If the stamp is sticking to your wax at all, it's usually a sign that it needs to cool down a little bit more. The next step is that we need to cut off the edge of the sill or the rim of the sill. So I found it's easiest to kind of get the bulk of the edge off first and then do a second cut around with getting all the fine details cut off. So this is kind of a long process. I'm just using regular like kitchen office scissors here. They seem to be the best because they're the largest, and that's how it looks when it's done. Next step is warming up our dusty green and light green sealing wax. And I'm going to pour the dusty green onto the marble pad. The marble pad is great to help with cooling and helping reducing bubbles. So I'm going to pour some of that wax, place one of the red rounds on top, and then press it again with a blank round stamp. And you're going to see here, I noticed a bubble, and so I got a lighter here, just moved it around the edge of the wax to pop that bubble. I'm going to do it again here with the dusty green. You pour the wax, put your red circle in, and then just press it again with the blank. And you want to try to put your blank stamp right over the red so it doesn't go into the green. Here's how it looks with the light green. I know watermelon usually has a darker rind, but I just love this color combination, so I couldn't help doing a few different options with this. But feel free to make these sills with whatever colors that you have. Any reds and greens are going to work really great for this technique. These are going to take 30 to 60 seconds to cool. The blanks will come off really quickly because they're not really stuck in warm wax, they're stuck on the red. So those will come off. And then I wanted to show you how to remove sills from a marble pad. All you need to do is grab an art spatula. It's often used with oil painting, and you're going to just maneuver it underneath the sill and it will just pop off. The cooler the sill is, or the cooler the wax is, the easier they are to get off. Sometimes if the wax is a little bit warm, it takes a little bit longer, or you'll get some on the spatula that you need to kind of clean off. But this is how they look completed. So they're just like little circles. So they don't quite look like watermelons yet, but we have 2 more steps left. This next step is using a cutting mat and an X-Acto knife. And you will want to do it with a cutting mat that has some guidelines on it. It makes it a little easier to do a straight line. And so I go through once to kind of get the initial cut and the second time to get it all the way through. But you can see you can leave half of it as a half watermelon, and the other piece you can also cut in half again. So you have a full half of watermelon and then 2/4 of the watermelon. But they are so, so cute. They're starting to look like watermelons now, but we still have one more step here. We need to add some seeds. So I love the contrast of the light green with the dark green here. I think it looks really cute. and you can see there's the little mini quartered size ones. I'm going to take my tester's paint. You want to shake it or stir it up to kind of mix the paint in really well, and I'm using a small paintbrush here. And this paint, I will say, is a little bit smelly, so make sure that you do it next to an open window so that you can make sure there's some good air ventilation. But I'm just going to go through and I'm going to add 5 kind of little oblong shapes for the seeds. It's a little bit hard to paint on such small items, but if you generally get kind of an oblong shape, it's going to look super cute. And then on the little mini parts of the watermelon, I just did 3 little seeds. So I just went through and painted all of those. They turned out so cute. They're super easy and fun, perfect for a summer party, your snail mail, and gifts. Make sure to follow the channel for more fun wax seal ideas.